Okay, so the last video I said was Fridays, but now I'm thinking this one is Fridays, and I mislabeled them. So let's get right to it, because I think I accidentally just filmed Mondays. I can't anymore. But welcome to what I think is Friday, June 9th, General Hospital Recap, and let's get right to it. So Curtis's Aunt Stella is mortified that Curtis and Jordan are seeing each other. She still holds Jordan responsible for what happened to Thomas, and Jordan says, she'll go, but Curtis stops her from leaving. So he keeps saying it's his birthday, and can't they all just play nice? Maybe they'll all find some peace, and she thinks that he's a fool. So he wants the hate to stop, but Stella won't forgive and forget. She never bought the friendly fire thing, and Curtis says Jordan was nowhere near what happened when it happened. Curtis defends Sean, and he says Sean killed his brother out of self-defense. So Curtis wants to continue to tell her the truth. He told, Tommy about the affair. He went after Sean, and Sean defended himself. Curtis believes that he's the one who put it all in motion. If she's going to hate anyone, hate him, but she can't hate him, and that's it's the absolute truth. So she asks why he didn't just tell her, and he says, because of this, she was grief-stricken, but she still holds that Jordan is at fault, and Jordan says, she is at fault, she owns it, she hates herself for what she did, and Stella can hate her too. So she says losing Thomas made her sister die an early death. Curtis says they're all trying to heal, and she says that she'll leave that to them since they don't seem to feel any remorse or decency. So Curtis says he didn't mean for her to find out like this. No one was trying to hurt her. Stella tells Jordan she would leave Curtis alone if she felt any remorse. So Jordan says she'll never make the same mistake again. Stella's going to get her stuff and be on her way. She's going to a hotel, and then she's going to reach out to TJ later because at least she has that part of Thomas left. So she says until Curtis and Jordan are over, there will be no peace. At Finn's place, Hayden comes over after an exhausting afternoon with Spencer and Cameron. She thinks she's going to be a failure as a mother. She doesn't have any role models, but, Finn says she has Elizabeth, and Finn says it'll be okay. She got food service, or someone got food service, and, he hasn't gotten a chance to tell her about what happened at the hospital yet. So he tells her he's been suspended. The test came back positive. She's in disbelief, and he's worried, and she'll give him something else to think about. He swears that he's not using, and she says she knows. She trusts him. She never doubted him. And then they're going to enjoy each other's company. So Hayden says she knows who's trying to destroy him, and she makes him figure it out, Obrecht. And if it wasn't so obvious, he wouldn't suspect her. But I think she's just made herself like an obvious target like a few episodes ago. Sorry, I need to drink. It's very human. So at the PCPD, Julian talks with Scott. Scott thinks that an acquittal may be in order. Scott asks what changed his mind about caring about his defense, and he says Emily Scout did. He wants to hear the odds. He wants to beat the odds like Scout. So Scott works on an Olivia made me do it defense, and then Julian gets a text, something to do with Ava. She might be dying. Also at the PCPD, Dante is questioning Lucy about the pills, and he's going to figure out her involvement in all this. She says she saw Ava throw away the pills on October 20th. Dante asks why she took them. Lucy says, she thought Ava was looking suspicious, and she tells him about the affair Ava was having. She figured Morgan left the pills at Ava's place, and she wanted to get rid of them before anyone saw. So Ava then convinced her not to say anything because she didn't want to see more hearts broken, and she told Sonny and Carly about the affair at the nurse's ball. So Dante says there was no affair, and Lucy's like, yes there was. I know this. Yes there was. He tells her that Ava switched out Morgan's pills with placebos because she didn't want him dating Kiki. So Lucy thinks it's disgusting what Ava did, and Dante says, but there's lithium, but they're the wrong dose. And Ava confessed to switching out sugar pills. So Lucy asks if he thinks someone switched the pills again. Who would do that? Unless they were covering. And he asks how they could have been switched while she had them. So Dante asks if she switched them, and she's like, no. And he asks then how they got switched if she had them under lock and key. So you can tell that she's not saying something. She says she has no idea how any of this would happen, but, she's involved, and he will arrest her as an accessory to Morgan's murder if she's not forthcoming. So Dante sees Scott in the PCPD, and Lucy, can't talk, motorcycle. Lucy was in the interrogation room, and now Dante wants to talk to Scott. So Scott tells Lucy to be quiet. She says she's not his client. Dante has questions for him. Lucy tells Dante everything about the seduction and the blackmailing Ava together. She tells him to tell the truth. Dante tells Scott it was the wrong dose he replaced the lithium with. So Dante outlines it all for him. Ava went to him for help. Scott has nothing to say to him. He's Ava's lawyer, so he has privilege. And he also tells Lucy to be quiet. She says that she doesn't care. Think about Serena. What if someone had done this to Serena? She empathizes with Sonny and Carly. They didn't deserve to watch their child spiral without knowing how to help. At General Hospital, Ava is crashing. Kiki is beside herself. Oh, this is Fridays. My goodness, I can't believe I did that. So Kiki's beside herself. Meanwhile, Carly is like in her head, so what if she dies? Carly comforts Kiki while they defibrillate. I accidentally wrote Carly comforts Ava. That's the funniest joke I've told all year. So there's no DNR, so they're going to continue. Dylan and Carly sit with Kiki and talk to her or take her to the side so she doesn't have to watch. Carly is sorry this is happening to Kiki. No one blames Kiki. Kiki blames herself. And Kiki isn't ready for Ava to die. Sonny is watching the hospital room. Dylan tells Kiki he texted Julian. Ava gets her heartbeat back. She had a heart after all. Who'd have thunk it? Oh, sorry, that was mean. Okay. I'm reprimanding myself because that was really mean. Griffin gives a nod to the waiting room, and Carly and Sonny are happy for Kiki. Griffin says that this was a normal response for burn victims, and he can't say whether she'll be okay or not. Sonny tells Kiki again that she's more than free to see Avery, and if she needs anything, she can come to them. So they leave, and Kiki says she has to go in, but Kiki doesn't know what to say. Julian comes back. Kiki's in the room with Ava. She's sorry she didn't come when Ava could hear her, and please don't die, and Kiki won't let Ava go. At Carly's, Sonny and Carly come back to the house. They're taking no joy in seeing Kiki suffer. Where was Ava's heart when she did what she did to Morgan? It didn't even faze her. So Carly is conflicted. She wants Ava to go to trial, but if Ava dies, it would bring the healing sooner. And now end scene. Finn doesn't know if Obrecht would compromise herself like that. Really? Really? This is the Obrecht who helped keep Robin under lock and key for like 2 years? That Obrecht? Someone needs to tell him about that. Has Anna told him about that? Someone needs to tell him about that. Hayden says, don't be so quick to think that. The real question is if she's working alone or with Brad. Jordan and Curtis are reeling after the confrontation. He was trying to text her before that Stella was there, but she came back too soon. And Curtis hopes Stella didn't get to her, backing away from their relationship. Scott won't say anything more. All they have is hearsay and speculation. He pushes Lucy out of the room. Dante is going to talk to his CIs, and he says, because of what he did to Carly and Sonny after Ava, and then Ava was subsequently burned, he's going to build a case against him too, and Scott's going to be held accountable. Julian talks to Dylan about his life. What if he gets acquitted? He gets set free and his sister dies. Like, that's some weird universal karma stuff. Kiki says she hates what Ava did to Morgan, but she doesn't want to lose her, even though she said she would leave forever if she found out she played a part in Morgan's death. And Carly says all the pain they inflicted was grief. They didn't know how to accept the loss, and if Ava dies, some kind of justice will be done for Morgan. But, will they ever have comfort or peace? And Carly says, maybe they can start to heal, and then she kisses him. And that is it for what was Fridays, and then I filmed Mondays before, so that's going to be the next one. Even though it's going to tell you it's Fridays, it's not. It's Monday. It's lying to you. But thank you so much for watching. And I have 1.5 more to film, so I'm going to get right to it, and have a good day. Okay, bye.